Here we go again. We're going to tell you about bricks, B-R-I-X. You can go online, find a brick scale, go to our website, find a brick scale. You use a piece of equipment called a refractometer. And today they have become very inexpensive to buy. There's absolutely no reason that every household in America shouldn't own a refractometer and be measuring the nutrient density of the produce that they are eating. Now, all you have to do is you take your carrot, you take your apple, whatever piece of produce you have, you squeeze just a tiny bit of sap out of it. 2 or 3 drops is all you need. You put it into the refractometer, push the button, and in a matter of seconds, it'll give you a reading. I tested from a garden locally here just this past week. First cucumber harvested of the season. Now this is what's really going to disappoint some of you. If a plant is big, tall, green, and bushy, unfortunately that has nothing to do with nutrient density. These plants were big, tall, green, and bushy. The cucumber looked great. We tested it. If you look at your bricks chart, 4 is poor. This cucumber tested 2.5. No way can you stay healthy if you're eating produce that scores below poor on the brick scale. So, how do you, as a consumer, let me tell you, I was probably in depression for 30 days after I got my first refractometer, because I had been going to a local healthy food store and buying certified organic, paying lots of money for it, taking it home and juicing it, and then I got the refractometer and I started testing what I'd been paying all that money for, and most of it tested poor. Some of it got into the average category. So, how can you get nutrient-dense produce? I worked and tried to figure out a home grower program. How can the average person do this in their backyard that lives in a metropolitan area? Bottom line is, I can set you up with a pretty nice, not real nice, but pretty nice little growing system in your backyard for around $10,000. That's about what it would take for you to grow in the Phoenix, Arizona area for 9 months out of the year. And most people don't want to invest $10,000 in a backyard garden. And the thing that does to you for about 9 months is it pretty much confines you to Phoenix, Arizona for 9 months, because that garden has to be tended most every day. If you don't take care of it, it just doesn't produce. So, what can you do as a consumer who wants to eat nutrient-dense produce? I now have a package for you. This package, we ran all the numbers. We have a 3,000 square foot greenhouse with a beautiful Solex cover on it. We have all of the amenities in there. We have the water wall, we have the fans, we have the computerized system that controls it all. We have the structured water. I could go on and on and on and tell you about all the things that you have to make happen to grow nutrient-dense produce. It's extensive, it takes a lot of work, and it costs a lot of money to put this system in place. For you to participate in this system, we ran all the numbers, put them through the calculator, did the flow charts. You, Mr. Consumer, can now lease from me 1 square foot of my greenhouse to grow nutrient-dense produce for $1.11 a week. That's what I said, $1.11. When you do it on the calculator, it comes out 1 to 1 to infinity. If you're a gambler, that's 4 aces, 4 ones, winning deal, you can't lose. You got 4 aces right there, 1 square foot. Unfortunately, we have to call for a 4 square foot minimum. So now we're at 444. Why do we have a 4 square foot minimum? Last season, grew tomatoes. And one tomato plant takes 4 square feet to grow. And so we're basing all of our figures on the tomato, what the tomato produced last year, and what we were able to sell the tomatoes for. We sold the tomatoes for $4 a pound on the average. If you want to talk to me, 602-762-2601 for your $1.11 a square foot, call me.